So we have a couple of patterns here, and we're looking to figure out what's going on in each one. So how many whites do we have in the first one?
5.
And then after that?
6.
6. After that?
7.
So we learned that the whites just go up in ones, don't they? Now what about the red squares?
4.
4, yeah. 6.
8.
So they're going up in twos, aren't they? This would imply that overall it's going up in threes, isn't it? So, okay, now done. Write down the total number of white squares in the 10th rectangle. Alright, so we could work this out. We could go 7, 8, 9 and 10. Now you don't have to do it like this. You could use the formula, but we can go a bit further. I know you know how to do all this already, on. So just, what you get on 27, 30 and 33 and 36 for the 10th pattern. Is that okay? What? What? Oh, on white squares, do I? Alright, 16, 18, 20 and 22? Okay. Oh, for God's sake. 11, 12, 13, 14. Alright, grand. 14 white squares in 10. Write down the formula for the number of white squares in the nth rectangle. No bother. What's the we're going to use Tn equals A plus n minus 1 times D. After this. Now, what we have here, lads, is essentially this, that the A value for the white squares is 5 and the D value is 1 because it goes up in ones, and what we should get is 5 take away 1. So anybody get 4 plus n for Tn? I'll call it Wn. Anybody know what I'll call it Wn? Just white squares. Okay. Now, our next thing we're going to do is find out the number of red squares. Okay. So white squares is Wn equals 4 plus n. All right. Red squares we'll call it Rn for red squares. And red squares starts off at 4. And has a D value of 2, and it will equal 2n plus 2. So Rn equals 2n plus 2. Now there is a shortcut for part 5. For Tn, you can say that the total number of squares is the white squares plus the red squares. You don't have to do a brand new sequence if you don't want it. So what's n plus 2n? 3n. And what's 4 plus 2? 6. Did anybody get 3n plus 6 for the total squares? Did you get that? You got it? Alright. Now we're on to the next part, part 6. Deduce the total number of squares in the 10th rectangle. Well, I already did that, but let's do it like this. 3 times 10 plus 6, which is 36, which you actually did earlier. Find the formula in terms of n for the total number of squares. Use your, oh, sorry, I already did that, didn't I? We already did 3n plus 6. What was part 3 then?
It was to find the total number, like, of the red squares, or like the. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, in the 10th rectangle of red squares.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. So R10 is 2 times 10 plus 2, which is 22. Then it says deduce the number of squares in the 10th one, which we did earlier, didn't we? We got 36. And then derive a formula. We did that earlier, didn't we? We said that the total equals the whites plus the reds. Verify your formula by letting n equal 2. Well, if n equals 2, we can say that Tn equals 3 times 2 plus 6, which means there should be 12 tiles in total. Are there 12 tiles in total? Yes, there are. And now we've successfully done question 5. Good job.